Welcome everyone, you're listening to The Spectrum on WUSB Stony Brook. My name's DJ Atram. I play all things rock and metal. We have a lot of stuff planned today. First we're going to start off with an artist spotlight for the band Approaching Troy. We got one of the members up in the studio, so we're going to do a track by track type commentary. Then we're going to go to some pop rock, then some metalcore, then some prog, because why not? A little bit of everything today. So, like I said, we got artist spotlight for the band Approaching Troy. They're from Long Island, local. Again, we got one of the members. You want to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, how the band formed, and pretty much how you get to where you were today.
Well, that's a very loaded introduction. I'm Jake Salazar. I'm the lead vocalist / songwriter of Approaching Troy. Long Island based. Some people call us from Wantagh. Some people say we're just Long Island. We'd like to prefer just say Long Island because we're pretty much spread out everywhere. I guess the next question was how to get started.
Pretty much like when you formed, how you guys all met.
Well, it's actually also a loaded question. I started writing this in 2010. I started writing for the band in 2010. It's kind of just like my own thing, kind of wanted to just do whatever with it. I was in and out of bands back then. And then, out of nowhere, it kind of just became my main project. I went away to college and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start taking this a little more serious. I moved back home. Had a few members at the time that just didn't really work out, found these new members, and here we are. We kind of started that in late 2013, so.
Alright, pretty interesting. So, again, we're going to be doing a playthrough of their EP, Dear Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie, yeah.
Sadie.
A lot of people mess it up, actually.
Sadie's actually another word for princess. I looked that up, actually.
I actually didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So, pretty much, why did you name the album, as Dear Sadie? Pretty much, how did you pick as, pretty much like the woman as the album cover?
Okay.
Does it represent anything?
Actually, Dear Sadie is, I was kind of a hipster in this scenario because, I'm a big Stephen King fan.
Yes.
I couldn't remember his last name for a second, but I sound like not a fan. But no, I'm a big Stephen King fan, and he actually has his book 11/22/63, which actually now became a show, and it's blowing up. But it's actually directly quoted. It's a letter to this girl Sadie that the main character falls in love with. And it was just kind of like I needed a name, and I really enjoyed that specific part of the book, so I figured it would be a pretty cool name to add.
Okay, so we're going to start off we're going to do a track by track type commentary, something kind of new. I haven't done this before, so hopefully it goes well.
Wow,
so
I'm honored the first one.
Yeah. So the first two tracks are Somnium, aka it's a Latin word for dream. Then the next song is Here's to Ohio. So how about you give us a little in-depth how did these two songs get made? How did these two songs get made, production-wise? Why did you name the song Dream as it did to begin the album? Sorry, I'm asking so many loaded questions.
No, it's great. These are the questions that we actually really enjoy. So Somnium is actually, like you said, to dream in Latin. It was actually the name of an EP that I had worked on before this current lineup. So we actually had an EP out before this current lineup, which is nowhere to be found now. But some of the songs that were on that EP are actually on Dear Sadie, redone, re-recorded, and everything. So it was almost like a demo, really, rather than anything. But the name of the demo was Somnium, and we figured it really represented. This whole thing is a dream. We dream every day, and we're trying to get to that dream every day. So we figured it represented something that was a little different, right? And we went with the whole Latin theme. I guess we didn't want it to be English because the whole Greek theme and everything.
A little extra spark.
Yeah. It was just kind of a cool word, and it represented something that we thought was kind of accurate, so we took that name. And then Here's to Ohio is a whole nother story. If you want to do that after, we can. It's kind of long.
All right, so we're going to move on to tracks, and we're going to continue on with some commentary. Hope you guys enjoy. Here we go. Welcome back. You just listened to Somnium and Here's to Ohio by Approaching Troy. As part of their Artist Spotlight, we're listening to their whole Dear Sadie EP. So one of the questions as a follow-up to that song, because now people listen to it, is a lyrical question.
Okay.
One of the verses, you say the lines, where is it? We should take a sip from this poison.
Right.
It's said a couple of times throughout. I know this isn't probably literal poison, but what does it symbolize when you're writing it?
All right. So the song itself, if you really sit there and analyze the lyrics, poison could be anything that's kind of destroying something at the time. So if you're how do I put this? So, all right, so you're at a party, right, and you really like this girl or whatever, and you really want to go up to her, but you're really feeling kind of nervous, and you start drinking a lot. And you start drinking. In this scenario specifically, and actually Dear Sadie as well, poison refers to drinking, actually. Or anything that's really kind of destroying, and that's kind of almost a common theme throughout the album is
a little bit of insecurity.
Yeah, insecurity. It could be anything that's kind of destroying your chances at doing something or achieving something, or your relationship or whatever. I mean, everyone has their poison, and that's kind of what it's supposed to represent. As far as specifically Here's to Ohio.
So the next song coming up is Dear Sadie.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, probably one of the highest points on the EP.
I would definitely agree with that.
I want to know what went behind for the production of the song. How was it made? What made you come up with the idea of a history behind it?
Well, Dear Sadie is actually, in general, the song, I guess I could talk about it now, is actually about the deterioration of an old relationship I had. Sadie is supposed to be anybody who you can relate to, as far as my Sadie is this person. This person who I was in a relationship with that just didn't work out, and it just wasn't, it wasn't right. So as far as the lyrics go, the lyrics are very, it's a lot of metaphors in that song, a lot, and I could probably go on depth and hours, but lyric by lyric, and it's actually lyrically my favorite song I've ever written.
You want to pick one of your favorites from the song?
Lyrics?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So actually, the opening line is actually one of my favorites, and when I say you're right, it's all in how you mix the two, referring to beer and liquor, other types of alcohol mixing together. And then I guess you can kind of take the whole song from there and realize it's kind of like a half internal dialogue. Okay. The song, if you realize it's very internally.
Listening to it, sounded when you have backing vocals, it sounds like a conversation going on.
It is absolutely a conversation. Yeah. So.
All right. So this is Dear Sadie, and right after that we got This Victory. Then we'll have a follow-up question for that, and we're going to finish the EP and talk about their newer release coming out in August. Hope you enjoy.
Draw
Do you feel the wrath in me now? The wrath in me now? 'Cause things, they seem so perfect when the lights are out. They're taking me. Welcome back. You're listening to The Spectrum on WSB Stony Brook, and you're listening to the Dear Sadie EP by Approaching Troy as part of their Artist Spotlight. The last two songs played were Dear Sadie and This Victory. As one of the follow-up questions I wanted to ask for This Victory is another lyric question.
Right.
And one of the lines is in the beginning of the song, and you go, "Don't you know if you bite too hard, you'll bleed slow?"
That line
I thought that was really interesting. It wasn't like bleed fast. It was like really like emphasis on the slow part.
Yeah. Well, if you really think about it, I put a lot of metaphors in my stuff. But if you really like analyze it, if you bite harder, you're gonna bleed faster, and that obviously makes sense. But if you bite really hard, the whole idea by bleeding slow is like an emphasis on like it hurts more, and it's like it's more painful. And bleeding slow, like, you know, if you bleed slowly to death, it's like not fun. You know what I mean? That's gonna be really painful. You know, so I figured if you bled slower, it's gonna be more painful because it's like it's not like it's done bleeding now in a minute. You know what I mean?
So
it's like a slow pain, right? Exactly. So I mean, it was almost like a word imagery, I guess, or word painting, I think it's called.
So before we move on to the final song, you want us to give us a background about The Rescue?
Yeah. The Rescue was actually the only song that has survived since my initial writing in 2010. This song was written so long ago, revised so many times, been through different hands of producers, through different, this song it's survived the test of time, man. And it made it onto the first official EP, so, I mean, I think I gotta give that a hand. And it's kind of like, it shows the, pop-punk side of us more than anything on this album, I think, and, something that we're gonna dive more into, not on Best Intentions, but, later stuff.
Alright, so again, this is The Rescue, and we're going to finish up the EP, and afterwards, stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about the upcoming release, Best Intentions.
Best Intentions, yep.
And that's going to be releasing in August. We're going to be having an August release show, and we'll talk about more about that soon. Hope you enjoy. Listen close, kid, we can't save you.
just lonely, that alone at night, because you're not here. Do you think I never think about you? Sometimes I picture you here. Listen close, kid, we can't save you. Just think happy thoughts and maybe one day you'll get out of this. So breathe in deep and wish for someone to come in and rescue you. Oh, to come in and rescue you from this.
So that was the Dear Sadie EP by Approaching Troy as part of their Artist Spotlight. Now we're going to be talking about their new release,
Best Intentions.
Best Intentions. I don't know why I keep forgetting.
That's okay. It's all right.
So
It's so new. I wouldn't expect anyone
Yeah.
to remember it quite yet. I mean, we haven't even released a song yet, so you're good.
okay. So this EP is going to be releasing in August, like
Yes,
I said,
August, right.
as an August release show at 89 North. So definitely go check the event listings.
Right. August 19th.
August
you said, yeah.
19th. So I got a couple of questions. Maybe give
Sure.
a little bit of new info on the EP for
Yeah, man,
your
definitely.
fans out there. So, well, before I go in depth production, one of my first questions is, because you released the album art for the album, and it was
Right.
a skull laying in a desert with trees in the background. So I wanted to know, how did that become the picture for your new release?
Okay, I don't know how in depth I can talk about the quote unquote skull. It's actually not a skull.
Oh, it's not a skull?
No, there's no way you'd know that. It's actually not a skull. It's actually a mask. And if you look in the background, there's actually a city burning. It's pretty hard to see, but you got to really examine it. And that is just supposed to set the whole scene. You'll figure out what the mask is in the Wake Up music video. I just said the name of the song. Sorry. Sorry, Kate. Kate's our publicist.
It's
Whoops.
okay. Whoops. So making this EP, what did you change up production-wise in making this album? What did you do different musically? Did you take a different approach in music making in your song process?
You know what? There wasn't too much of the song writing that had changed. I mean, there was a lot more in-depth details added. I mean, as far as the new EP goes, we had gone through every member and sat down individually, me and one of them, me being one of the, the chief songwriter, I guess you'd say, or whatever. I would sit down with each member individually, and I would be like, listen, you know your instrument better than I do. What do you think we should put here? And, what do you think we can add or take out? Or what do you think could be better? Or detail this part a little better? We had done that for every song, and it was like a 6-month process. I mean, we were doing that as soon as Dear Sadie was out for a month. We were already working on that. And so every single aspect of this, every song is in-depth, detailed with something. There's nothing where the guitar part doesn't match the drums, or the vocal doesn't match this, and it's really, that was the main difference. And we really experimented with our sound. We really
what type of stuff were you experimenting with?
There's a lot of sound-wise. It's way more produced in depth. As far as we experiment a lot with different sounds and a lot more of glitching of our vocals and the guitar parts, and really gets a little bit more of not really like a techno sound to it. That would be a really bad way of saying it. But it's very technical.
Technical.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
trying to think of the word too. I don't do production, so I don't know.
That's okay, neither do I.
So, anyway, what were some of the themes where you focused upon on this album?
Like lyrically, or
lyrically, pretty much like the main focus that like you want to give to your audience.
Okay.
Like, what do you want your audience to learn by the end of this EP?
I don't know if that's like a vocally, lyrically question. I can answer that more in like a.
You can answer it lyrically.
Okay.
If you need to.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
yeah. Well, you don't have to. Say
I don't
it.
know if I'm supposed
You
to.
can't-
I already kind of
okay.
just released the name, but I could say as far as like the new album goes, something that we would want people to take away from it is definitely like experiment. Like once you have something and if it works well, like
Keep
experiment
going at
with it. Yeah, exactly. Like we're really experimenting and pushing the limits with how heavy our sound can be on this one. We go it's very
like new to you.
yeah,
new to
it
everyone
pushes
who
the
listens.
limits a
Yeah.
little bit as far as, I mean,
You
we're
as
not
an
afraid to, yeah. And I mean, it gets very very dirty as far
Yes.
as like not lyrically, but like
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, very edgy is
Yeah,
a good word.
edgy.
It's very edgy compared to the last one.
So, what's another good question I can ask? Because I just ran out.
That's okay.
We'll see how it goes. So with this EP, took 7 months again. So what was it like finally getting to that car? Getting that car mixed down and saying, "Wow!" It was like we finished this.
It's pretty sweet, honestly. We don't have the masters yet, but we do have the final mixes on a few of the songs. For most of them, I could probably say it's a 6 song EP, so 1 extra song. But there's one little surprise in there, and it kind of bridges the last EP and the new one, which is kind of cool.
What do you feel you're going to be focused upon, like right after this EP's release? Is it to like go back, like start writing again, start getting ready for that like full length, or is it going to be trying
no.
to like
I
go
said
out,
yeah, but
get
no.
some, or still try to go out, get some more attention, go to like more like local shows, play. Like,
We'll
local
probably
shows?
we'll probably do something in between there. We like we did with Dear Sadie, we had released the album or the EP, I guess, and we had done a decent amount of touring for it. We toured in last August for it, which was a national tour across the U.S., and that was insane. But at the same time, we were also working on the new songs for Best Intentions. So we'll probably do that again. Most people don't know this, but we have it's not like a connected trilogy, but we do have a third EP that's already being written. So I mean, but
Keep an eye out.
yeah, well, not that soon.
Not that soon.
No, definitely not that soon. But yeah, I mean, it's been a little over a year since Dear Sadie came out. So I mean, you could figure, I guess, another.
So with playing these shows, you played with a little bit of bigger acts. So what did you learn from these artists that like are getting like starting to like actually grow and like become like the next big hit?
Right. Well, we played with, yeah, like you said, we played with some really cool artists. Danger Kids. We played with. I mean, we've actually kind of ranged from like older, like big older acts to like the newer up and coming. And like I said, Danger Kids was one of the new and up and coming ones. We played with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Hawthorne Heights, John Nolan from Taking Back Sunday, Vinny Caruana from the Movie Life / God, I forgot the other band, and I love them. I'm the Avalanche, and I mean, but something I've noticed between all of them is that they all have just this weird connection with the crowd where everybody, and it's not like a bad weird, it's an awesome weird, that everybody feels the same thing they're feeling, and you can really tell that, and that's kind of where I'm trying to start, like, bridging the gap between, like, the local band and just staying on stage and just being, there.
Try to work your way.
We're trying to find that magic they have.
Find that magic.
Yeah.
I already saw you, like, again, you played with Danger Kids, saw you
Right.
there, you're coming off stage, like, dancing, like, going
Yeah,
freaking
man.
nuts.
I mean, you gotta, like, put it all out there. I mean, as a musician, you're already putting it all out there. You might as well just throw it in the whole 9 yards and jump out in the crowd. Why not?
Well, that's about it for all the questions. I just want to thank you for coming here, giving us some info on the EP, giving your thought process on your Dear Sadie EP, give your fans like some ideas of what they're listening to.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having
better
me.
look out. Again, if you're ever around, definitely we'll try to do something live in the future.
Definitely,
do
for
some
sure.
acoustic. I don't know, maybe like full out.
Yeah, man.
we'll
We'd be all
figure
for
it
it.
out.
Thank you
so-
so much again for having us. Or
so-
me.
So we're going to be moving on to some pop rock